So I am back again, and this time bringing you Under Heaven or Hell. And let me check. This is a game by the developer Moonlust Games. It's still on early access. And what do we have in here? Okay. Your arrival in Hell was not an accident. It was the beginning of everything changing. Under Heaven or Hell is a dark romance visual novel where love, danger, and temptation intertwine. Step into hell and navigate a world of deadly intrigues, alluring devils, and mysterious angels. Each decision carries weight, shaping your fate, desire, and the hearts bound to it. Story. You wake up in hell with no memory of how you got there and no clear way out. To return home, you will have to survive the brutal politics of this realm and forge alliances with two dangerous devils and an enigmatic angel, each with their own secrets and temptations that may pull you closer. Will you escape with your soul intact, or will your path become forever tied to those who linger within the flames? Your choices will shape your fate and perhaps the fate of hell itself. I think you have 3 love interests, and I do suppose they are the ones that you can see right in here in the main menu. It serves the LGBT community too, so it's fine. It's not just like a pure Otome game, okay? It's fine. For you, like, if you prefer another type of game. So in terms of like the options, yeah, you do not have a lot of them. Let's just start. Okay, content warning. This game is intended for older audience. It contains content that includes violence, strong language, injury, suggestive content. Players' discretion is advised. The font is tiny, my friends. Why tiny font? Yeah, even this, like even the menu in here is tiny. Okay, details about the characters and the story will reveal themselves as you play. Sometimes you will see a new codex entry unlocked. Message pop up on the top left corner of the screen. Like this, okay. A red icon indicates there are unread entries. Click the codex icon in the top right corner to access it. This world holds many secrets. Some entries only unlock through certain choices. Playing again will help you find them all. Is this one of those where you just keep dying and then you need to redo everything? I don't know. I don't like to bring those for the demos because then I need to be reading everything back again. Every choice shapes the story you experience. The stories yet untold begin with you. Choose your appearance. Yeah, let's go more like this. So, yeah, sure. Cassandra, sure, it can be Cassandra. Cassandra, is this your name? Can be. Well, I thought you could choose to be like a girl or a guy or they didn't say like, but like the appearance is very much of a girl, isn't it? So I'm falling fast into a dark black pit. Maybe it's a bit loud. I'm sorry, but it's. I actually want to remain. No, I want this. Sorry. You may not feel it in there, but I'm feeling it very strongly on my headphones. I'm sorry. It's really strong on my headphones. Falling fast into a dark black pit. It's like when in a dream and you've tripped, but you cannot wake up. I desperately plead with gravity to let me defy it, but I am only human, so I continue to fall. Then suddenly I feel the arms of another envelop around me, the warmth of the sun, a flash of feathered white. I try to grasp it, but it slips away. And then nothing. No sound. No weight. No breath. Nothing. No. Oh, no, like nothing. The ground greets me like a hammer, knocking the breath from my lungs. A bitter taste of ash seeps into my mouth as it drags me back to consciousness. I open my eyes, every inch of my body aches with every breath I take. For a heartbeat, I just lay there, stunned. My pulse pounds loud in my ears. Dust and debris cling to my skin, gritty and foreign against the ache in my muscles. Shadows twist, unnaturally, flickering where no light should reach. High above, something stirs, a faint sound that might be steps or nothing at all. I slowly sit up, but the whole world seems like it's spinning. The heavy, almost viscous air presses against my skin. I do not dislike the visuals and even the text box. I wish they would have an option in here just to put the font. This is my my tip for the developers. I wish you could put something in here, like in the options, to put the font at least a little bit bigger. Because although the font is a serif one, yeah, it is. It has some curves, so it's kind of like an okay type of font, but it needed to be a bit bigger. My eyes catch a fleeting movement out of the corner of my vision. Then I finally look up and see a woman towering above me. For a second, I think I'm still dreaming. The light bends around her, too bright and too alive to be real. The air feels thicker where she stands, heavy with heat and something that smells faintly of smoke and flowers. And then I see them, horns curling elegantly from her head and a tail swaying lazily behind her. Wakey, wakey. Her voice cuts through the haze, smooth and teasing, laced with a confidence that makes my pulse stutter. My mind trips over the sight, half in awe, half in disbelief. You always kind of like get this type of choice of asking about the person or asking where you are. And I always feel like if I was in a situation like this, I would probably be more confused about the place than actually the person in front of me. Like first I would need it to have an idea of where I was and then who the person was. Do you understand? Like I always feel like, man, I don't know where I am. Like how could I even like first ask who the person was when I was like, I don't even know where I am in the first place, you know? But that's me. So where am I? The strange surroundings press in, unfamiliar and unnerving. The air feels too hot and too heavy, curling around me like it wants to seep into my skin. But a cold shiver runs down my spine despite the suffocating heat. Where am I? What the hell is this place? The horned woman smiles widely, revealing white pointed teeth that gleam in the reddish glow. Nice choice of words. You, my dear, are in fact in hell. Her voice drips with mischief. So, who are you? I freeze for a moment, caught off guard by the striking figure before me. Her presence is unlike anything I've ever seen. Who are you? My name is Azara, sweetie. Welcome to the hottest place of... well, just the hottest place, literally. She smirks and lets out a low, delighted chuckle. And you are? For a moment my mind blanks, the heat presses down on me until it's hard to breathe. My head is still spinning from the fall and her question takes a moment to register. I'm Cassandra. Azara tilts her head, her eyes flick over me with a glint of curiosity. I try to get up, but my body feels like it is made of lead. I struggle to keep my balance. Azara extends a hand, helping me up. Her skin is hot, almost feverish. Hey, easy there. You took quite the dive. I press a hand to my forehead. I feel like throwing up. I blink again, my eyes still trying to adjust to the heat. Wait. Am I dead? Maybe, possibly. You did fall from the sky, so odds aren't great. Even though that usually isn't the way in. Azara looks at me, frowning. Her eyes study me with curiosity and what seems like a hint of amusement. No, it's just like... I don't know, like... let me tell you something, because this actually happens to me. If you have some kind of autistic trait, sometimes you end up like giggling of things that you shouldn't. It's something that if you have an autistic trait, you will understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's nervous reaction. I don't know how to tell you. We kind of do that. So imagine, it could be that. Like, of course, probably not, because she's like, I don't know, some kind of demon or something. But I'm just saying this because like it can happen. Like you might find someone in your life that he, she, they, whatever, they might like giggle about something that it's kind of like serious and you do not understand, and it might be because they have some kind of autism. It's nervous reaction. I don't know how to tell you. So what do you mean? What do you mean by that usually isn't the way in? Well, most souls pass through the veil. It's a transition, a process. You skipped the line, I guess. Skip it. Crash landed right into the pit, really. Very dramatic. So do we click in here or something? Oh, maybe I need to click in here. Okay. History. Not all knowledge is safe to hold, but those who seek it will find their answers here. How do I do it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to... Oh, okay. I click it, but nothing happened, so I was like, what? Okay, so the veil. The veil is a metaphysical barrier that separates the mortal world from other planes of existence. It is not a place in space nor a moment in time, but a transitional force through which every soul must pass after death. The veil serves as a natural filter. When a soul crosses it, it is weighted, not by an external judge, but by its own essence. Souls that are light, unburdened by corruption, are drawn upwards towards the higher plane. There they pass through a period of purification before returning to the cycle of reincarnation. Heavier souls of those who lived a wicked and unbalanced life are pulled down towards the lower realm where the cycle no longer continues. The veil is impartial. It does not think or judge. It reflects that what already is. So it's kind of like the limbo kind of thing, right? It's just like in the limbo, we would say. I mean, but she said we are in hell, so like, okay. It's like, where is it? Try to understand cross line to the pit. Really, very dramatic. I tried. Is this on the other way? I don't know. Okay. I was trying to see where she talked about the veil. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. That's either very good for you or very, very bad. I look around. I am in what looks like a scorched courtyard. So she bypassed the limbo phase. Is that like the veil, the limbo phase? I don't know. It's eerie and beautiful in a spectral, otherworldly way. So Cassandra, why are you here? What's wrong with you? She probably doesn't even know. You must have done something very bad, even if you look so damn good. Her eyes glint with curiosity as she takes a step towards me. Before I can respond, I hear a sharp inhale. God, like, I think it's because of the weather. It's just, so uncomfortable. Like, it gets harder for me to breathe and all, you know. A figure steers beside me. His wings are splayed across the floor. White feathers dusted in ash. His face is ethereal, almost too perfect to be real. Hey, are you okay? I kneel down next to him, ignoring the ache in my limbs. His eyes flutter open, pale silver with a mesmerizing golden halo. His gaze meets mine with a look of sheer confusion. Cassandra? Eh? His voice is faint and pained. He looks like he is going to pass out again. I help him sit up and look at Azara in growing shock. Wait, is he an angel? Looks like it. The more I look at them, the less any of this makes sense. An angel in hell? Like Lucifer? He lets out a soft groan, slowly beginning to regain consciousness. Azara crouches beside me, eyes fixed on the angel with an unreadable expression. It feels like my brain is glitching. Why are we talking like he's not here? Like, why? So, what's your name? I offer him my hand. His touch oddly is cool compared to Azara's heat. Hey, what's your name? Calum, he says in between sharp breaths. He stares at Azara, then at me. Recognition flashes in his expression, but he says nothing. Why do I need to say it like that? I don't know. I don't like it. I always feel like when you do this, it's kind of like you're kind of like ignoring the person. I don't know. My eyes find his. He looks lost, caught between pain and confusion. Who is he? No idea. Why is there an angel here? Good question. That's what I'd like to know too. He fell with you, so I'm assuming he is part of your baggage. When I glance back at Azara, I find her watching us. There is still that hint of amused curiosity in her eyes. This is getting interesting. The angel blinks, then slowly stands up, wincing. Where am I? Hell, welcome, mind the heat. He flinches for a moment before Azara's voice erupts again. All right, mystery mortal and angelic stowaway. We are heading somewhere a little less flammable. Follow me. Azara turns and walks away. Her fiery silhouette sways with effortless grace. I glance at the angel beside me. Whatever happens, don't leave my side. I nod, unsure of anything. My thoughts are scattered and unreal. In a place like this, the only thought that gives me a flicker of comfort is the idea of staying with this strangely familiar angel. Azara led us down a winding corridor seemingly carved of obsidian and shadow. Okay, you really need to click, because I thought you could just click in here. No, you need to really click on top of the word. So, she, her, crimson red with gold highlights. She's taller than me. Everyone is taller than me. Azara is a devil with a fiery charm and a razor-sharp tongue. She is the first face I saw when I woke up in hell. We enter a bedroom and I hear the door closing behind us. Inside, it's surprisingly cooler. Not exactly fresh, but not hot in the scorching way hell seems to breathe. The room is lit by flickering candles, while an eerie red tint filters through the large arched windows. You, winged man, sit. Azara orders the angel, pointing at a chair by a crowded desk. Calum stumbles again and reluctantly slumps on the chair, seemingly exhausted. I can't breathe. His wings twitch, trembling. He tries to lift them, but the oppressive air weighs them down. Azara narrows her eyes, arms crossed. You're not in heaven anymore, feather boy. The air down here? Not made for things that fly high. Is he going to be okay? I watch Calum closely as my worry builds up. Is he going to be okay? Azara hesitates briefly, her gaze flicks from me to the angel. That depends on whether he decides to keep breathing or not. My jaw tightens, the heat, the surrealness, the fragile rise and fall of Calum's chest. Something about her calm and almost pleased detachment stirs something sharp in me. This is not funny. Azara lets out a theatrical scoof. Sweat glistens on Calum's brow as I rush to his side. I place a hand on his arm. His skin is cool and his pulse thuds faintly. Hey, easy. Breathe. He looks at me, silver eyes glassy but steadier. I turn to Azara, shooting her a worried look. Azara, do something. He is going to collapse. I mean, what are we to her for her to feel like she needs to help us? I mean, she's in hell. She probably doesn't even care about anyone. Right? I would think that. What? She hesitates, her eyes shift between me and Calum. For a moment, she almost looks conflicted. Damn it. With a sigh, she strides forward and crouches beside him, muttering something under her breath. Old infernal words whose meaning I don't understand, but they carry a weight I can feel in my bones. Don't you dare. The heat around her dims at his words like she's reeling it back in. I need to sip some water or something. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it. It's because of my allergies and my asthma. Days like these are pretty bad. When you kind of like have like the heat and the humidity is very high with like raining at the same time. So it just kind of kills me. Idiot. She says softly with a hint of worry she tries to hide. He doesn't respond, but he steadies enough to remain upright. Are you okay? I look at him, his pale cheeks remaining some color. His eyes met mine and he nods once faintly. All right, talk. Who the hell are you? Azara throws herself onto another chair with an exaggerated crown. And why did a mortal fall from the sky with a half-dead angel? I'm going to ask him. Apparently, we do not know nothing. Calum, do you remember anything? Anything at all? The angel opens his mouth, then closes it. His brow furrows. Just light. Just light? Hmm? Then fire. Then you. Well, isn't this just delightful? Apparently we are both confused. A soul from Earth with a hole in her memory, and an angel who's about as useful as a wet torch. She sighs and leans back, staring outside the window. I glance between them when my eyes catch Calum's, who is staring at me. His entire posture shifts with the weight of something heavy and ancient. It's kind of weird because when he looked at us like the first time, it seemed like he knew us. You know, like it was more like, oh, please do not get away from me, because, you know, it was kind of like he knew us, right? Didn't you felt that? It's kind of strange. You're not supposed to be here. His voice trembles, reverent and broken all at once. You can't stay here. If they find out, If they find both of you, we are all dead. Azara's jaw tightens and her expression darkens with what looks like worry. You can't be here, Angel. This wasn't the deal. Eh? She gets up and strides towards Calum. An ancient fire burns in her eyes. Do you think I am pleased to be here? I don't care if you're pleased. You broke the pact. What pact? What is going on here? What? Okay, let's continue listening. Azara's expression darkens, her jaw clenches as she shoots a sharp gaze at the angel. You know what stepping into hell... you know what stepping into hell means. Her voice is sharp and dangerous, yet controlled. Calum meets her gaze. He doesn't move, but there is a tension beneath his stillness. I know exactly what it means. Then you also know its risks. I don't know what's worse. That you came here knowing the cost, or that you came here despite it. Azara laughs under her breath, bitter. There is a bit of silence, sorry. There's a bit of silence. Calum looks at me for a moment, pained and worried. In his eyes, I can see what looks like fear. Fear not of me, but for me. I came because it was necessary. Calum takes a step forward, steadier now, and moves between me and Azara. What if... I'm just like making like a supposition. Supposition? Can you say it like that? I think you can. In here. Which is, imagine that we were in heaven, but we decided to fall down. Kind of like take a leap. And maybe he went after us. It could be something like that. Could it? I don't know. Kind of thinking maybe. Calum takes a step forward, steadier now, and moves between me and Azara. His wings low and tense. Intent doesn't matter. Not after the shattering. The words hang in the air like something broken. I try to make sense of what they are saying, but my head is spinning and I am left speechless. I don't want to get nervous. Okay. Wait. What am I missing? What is this pact? And why? I freeze as Calum's gaze locks into mine, his expression cold and distant. I instantly regret even asking. Then almost immediately his eyes soften. Cassandra. You know, he even knows our name and all of it. It's like... Azara glances at me briefly and rolls her eyes. Sorry, sweetie. Family business. The way she brushes me off makes my blood simmer. We had a pact, Calum. Azara's attention shifts to the angel again. Her eyes burn like hell itself. You wanted a pact. No angel in hell, no devil in heaven. And now you've come here risking to destroy what we fought so hard for. The pact was made in the ashes of a war neither side won. But it brought balance. The pact was built on fear. Her voice grows louder and heavier. He doesn't respond. He looks away, his jaw tense. Calum has crossed ancient and sacred boundaries. The shattering. Okay. The shattering was the divine war that broke the sacred realm and reshaped the cosmos. Once a realm of perfection and harmony, the ever was torn apart by a brutal conflict among the Eternals, ancient and divine beings who had guided the souls of the dead through purification and rebirth of eons. For eons, sorry. Not of eons, yeah, for eons. Some Eternals refused to share their realm with mortal souls and fought to assert themselves as the only beings to inhabit the ever, while others believed in their ancient role as protectors of balance and guides of souls through the purification and reincarnation. The shattering lasted for centuries, making the ever break in two separate realms. Heaven, home of the now called angels, realm of order, light and purity, was born from the remains of the ever. Three powerful angels rose to power to keep order and balance, the Council of Celestial Order. Hell, a chaotic and turbulent land home to the exiled and fallen Eternals, now known as the Devils. As the angels quickly established their divine order, Hell fell into chaos as the Devils fought for power. Eventually, from the ashes of the constant wars, a faction arose, the Council of Obsidian Law. I mean, even like these names, the Shattering, the Eternals, and like this is something that already exists in terms of, I don't know, fantasy, whatever. Like, this is not actually completely new to me. Yeah. But why? Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. I look at Calum, his face is pale and pained. His wings twitched involuntarily. The white feathers are tinted of soft pink, catching the eerie light of crimson sky outside. How did you know my name? His silver eyes met mine, apparently cold yet warm with something almost tender beneath the surface. I knew your soul long before I knew your face. I am the angel appointed to you. Appointed? His voice is quiet, almost a whisper. Each angel follows a soul through eternity. Oh my god, then you have like, what, a bunch of angels? Okay. Like a guardian angel. I hear a snort coming from beside me. I glance sideways and see Azara smirking. Her gaze shines in mischief. Guardian angel. Is this how mortals call you now? That's quite the downgrade. Caleb's jaw clenches, but he doesn't respond to her mockery. His gaze remains fixed on me. So there was like another, I think it was at the beginning, right? That I told you that I am not so much into games that use a lot this, I don't know, compendium, dictionary, collecting words kind of thing. I like it the most when the story in itself explains it to you. You know, it's coming in here constantly. It's like, okay, I mean, doable. It's just. So him, gray with golden rings, black with silver strings. Caleb is an angel with a calm grace and soothing presence. He has watched over me as my guardian angel since the beginning. He did not fall from grace, but willingly descended, following me into the depths of hell. This is not where your soul belongs, Cassandra. That's why I was like saying, maybe she was in heaven and she decided to take a leap. And he just followed her. You know, trying to probably catch her or get her back or something. Cassandra. Kind of like think Cassandra could also mean something. But I mean, you can choose your name, so yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't exactly a saint in life, but I do agree with you. I glance at Zara. No offense. None taken, sweetie. She lets out a chuckle. Her eyes study me with curiosity. But you must have been way less than a saint to end up in this hot mess of a pit. So it's kind of like you choose, but then you have the other one. Okay. My eyes dart between the two figures. Both unreal. Two opposites, but each impossibly beautiful. one with a presence that feels sacred, the other with a charm that drips with danger. So you are telling me heaven and hell are real. As real as it gets. Caleb's eyes narrow, almost questioning. You don't believe in heaven? I guess I do now. His stoic face tightens into a slight frown. He looks disappointed. If you look close enough, you can see his holy heart breaking in slow motion. The air around us seems so thick and heavy with unspoken truths. Maybe this is why I am here? Because I don't believe? Azara lets out a low, teasing laugh. If it were this simple, darling, we would be overcrowded in here. Before I can open my mouth, a sharp knock echoes through the room. The temperature seems to drop. Azara shoots a glare at the door and freezes. For the first time, she looks truly panicked. Shit. What's happening? Who is... Before I can add anything, Azara pushes me inside her wardrobe and slams the door. A moment after, the room is filled with crushing pressure. Carefully, I part the door just a crack. My heartbeat My heartbeat thuds in my ears. Lady Illyria, Azara mutters under her breath. A tall woman steps inside the room, followed by 2 armored guards. Their blades shine under the dim light of the chandelier. Lady Illyria's horns glint like polished steel. Her robes trail on the floor, following her movements. Her gaze finds Caleb instantly. Angel. Her voice is soft but final. It's been a while. The tall woman watches Caleb, her gaze as cold and sharp as a blade. What a surprise. Azara curses under her breath and takes a step back. Through a narrow gap, I see Caleb's lips moving, but no sound follows. Don't even bother. Illyria scoffs, clearly bored by his useless effort. Suddenly, chains burst from her fingers, lashing across the room like sentient fire. They slam into Caleb, pinning his wings and limbs to the floor. He groans, his feathers twitch, burning. You have broken the shattering pact, Angel. The sacred law. And by the law you will face judgment. With a flick of her hand, she orders the guards, who instantly grab Caleb, dragging him outside the room. As he is dragged away, his eyes find Azara's, pleading with her to help, but she's frozen. The woman turns her attention back to Azara. I am very disappointed in you, Azara. I didn't think your hatred for the council could come to this extreme. You will answer for this. Privilege won't pull you out of this one. Please remain within your lodgings until further notice. Then she is gone. The door slams shut, rattling the entire room. He has been taken away. Arrest for trespassing the borders of hell, where angels are forbidden. A heavy silence crashes in like a wave. Azara stands still, shoulders rigid. Her hands clench and unclench at her sides. Then she turns to The wardrobe. You can come out now. I step out slowly. My heart beats so fast, my chest aches. The image of Calum chained and dragged away burns into my mind. Azara is pacing the room, her jaw tied and her eyes burning. She steps in front of me. Her expression is unreadable, but something heavy lingers in the air between us. More desperate or less desperate? That woman. That, my dear, was Lady Illyria, also known as the Grand Inquisitor. She is the general of the Abyssal Legion and member of the Council. Basically the biggest bitch in hell. Azara scoffs, I think it's scoff because it doesn't have two O's, right? Scoffs. Another word that I need to look for. Okay. Azara scoffs, the last words leave her mouth wedged with disdain. Her stare turns cold as she slumps heavily onto the bed. So Lady Illyria. She's tall for a woman. Yeah, she kinda is. Lady Illyria, known among hell as the Unforgiven Flame, is the Grand Inquisitor of the Council of Obsidian Law and serves as the supreme enforcer of infernal law within hell. As general of the Abyssal Legion, she commands hell's army and brings punishment to all those who defy infernal order or break the binding pacts with the council. She took Calum captive until the council will decide the cost of his intrusion into hell. She's not good news. We have to get you out of here. Soon. Azara lets out a heavy sigh. She pinches the bridge of her nose, bringing a hand to her forehead. Well, but that's kind of like the thing. She tried to hide Cassandra, but the thing is, where is she going to take her anyway? You know, so she won't be found. I don't know, like, where could she take our protagonist? I don't know. Then she looks at me with narrow eyes. Stay here. Don't move. Don't talk. Hell, don't even breathe if you don't have to. I'll be back as soon as possible. She strides towards me, her hips sway with that effortless grace. She extends a hand towards me, her fingers are warm against my skin as they brush a lock of hair from my face. Be a good girl, yeah? She gives me a wicked smile. Her burning eyes hold mine for a moment longer. Then she turns and steps away, walking towards the door and closing it behind her. She laughed. I sink into one of the armchairs, its cushions softer than I expected. My eyes wander, trying to drink in every detail of a room that feels too strange to be real. Above me, a chandelier flickers with candlelight, each flame cradled in what looks like a nest of snakes wrought in iron. The crimson sky outside bleeds through the window, casting eerie shadows that make everything look as though it's smoldering. I close my eyes, trying to hold on to some kind of calm. I can almost hear the slow tick of a clock, even if there isn't one here. I have no idea how long it's been since Azara left. Minutes? Hours? I push myself up with a scoof. Again, the scoof. I need to watch this. Let me be certain about this.
Scoff.
Oh, it's scoff that you say. Oh, scoff. Okay. See, like, it's always like, not certain. Okay. Yeah, because you only have one O, so I was like, it's probably open. But sometimes it's not like that. And sometimes you even like English, honestly. And sometimes you have like two O's and you open the O anyway. It's like, yeah. It's kind of like, or you really are into a language, or you're never going to actually be able to really dominate it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's like that. I push myself up with a scoff and stretch. It hits me now just how much my limbs still ache from the fall. Did I really fall from the sky? Am I really dead? I have so many questions and no answers, not yet. To be honest, she told us to be still, and I do believe we should be still because, as I said, like, God, there's like the other woman probably still trying to get us too. And if we snoop around or look outside, I don't know. This is probably more dangerous because someone might see us snoop around. Maybe we can deal without anyone noticing. I restlessly pace the room looking for something, anything, even just a distraction. I creep towards the shelves, my eyes scan the strange collection before me. I'm surprised to see earthly things, odd reminders from another world, from my world. Okay, are we supposed to click on here? Okay. Not this one, just this one. Then we have like with the bracelets, best friend forever. Oh, there are these ones too. Let's start in here. My attention is caught by a compass tucked between the other objects. I reach out and lift it from the desk, but the moment I touch it, the needle snaps to life. It spins in frantic circles as if something is tugging at it from every direction at once. Weird. Okay. These seem like things that are very connected to her, you know, like someone dear or something, right? Let's see other things. What do we have inside? A jewelry box sits at the corner of the desk, its dark wood surface polished smooth. Patterns swirl across its surface, delicate and intricate. I reached out, curiosity tingling in my fingertips. It's locked. I'm not foolish enough to violate its secrecy. Okay, I understand that. I wouldn't like that either. I lean closer to a small crow statue. Each feather is etched with unsettling precision. A faint cold glint flickers in its eye. Probably a reflection, or maybe just my nerves playing tricks. Yet a slow tension curls in my chest as if the bird is quietly observing me in return. On a shelf, snow globes of cities from Earth are neatly lined up. London, New York, Tokyo. I pick one up and shake it gently. The tiny flakes swirled around a frozen city trapped in glass. Icy white, the exact opposite of the place I find myself in, where everything seems set aflame. I think like lately we've been having like this real thing of like trendy thing with the Japan and the Japanese and all. Like she could have picked like the developers. It's not she. the developers could have picked any other place, but they were like New York, London, Tokyo. Like, why are we going to Japan? It's such a trendy thing nowadays, isn't it? Like, Japan is such a trendy thing. Like, there's a ton, let me tell you, there's a ton of other places that are so cool. Like, so cool. And we are having like this freaking trendy thing with Japan lately. I don't even know. It's going to pass. It's like, trends are kind of like this. A faint smile appears on my lips at that small and bittersweet memory of home. I feel it more because I've been into their language and culture and, for years. And maybe because it's been for years that I've been, looking into all of that, that maybe lately I've been feeling like suddenly people are very interested into Japan related things. It's been more lately. So I think I want to leave these ones for last. I look down at the big ebony desk cluttered with key-rings. One with a plushy shark, one that reads, "I love New York." It's strange, these are souvenirs, things people collect when they travel. A bundle of rubber friendship bracelets lies nearby, faded but still colorful. They look innocent, harmless, the kind of trinkets you forget in a drawer back home. They shouldn't matter, but somehow they feel different here. More meaningful. Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, maybe we just leave them for last. For a moment, I just stared, trying to make sense of the odd collection spread across the desk. Has Azara walked Earth's streets? Can devils roam where humans do? Can angels do? Can they really cross those boundaries? My thoughts spin in circles. I want to understand, but I'm missing pieces. Too many of them. I move away from the desk and walk towards a tall wardrobe, larger than any I've ever seen before. I thought you were inside the wardrobe just a minute ago, girl. Confusing. Its surface is carved with twisting snakes echoing the chandelier's ones. I open the door and I am immediately met with a soft and sweet scent I recognize as Azara's. My fingers trail through the dresses and I reach for a simple black one. Its fabric sways softly under my touch. Then I grab what looks like a cape with a hood. Horns. The ones I lack. Wearing these, maybe I won't stand out as much. Okay, I see it. Maybe it will help me blend in at least for now. I'm sure Azara won't mind. I do not know. Oh wait, we have something in here that, sorry. Okay, she seems to have a fascination, Azara seems to have a fascination with Earth. Her room is scattered with trinkets and artifacts from the mortal world. Yeah, sure. This is like the tidbits that it's like, we just saw this, Right. Outside. Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to pick the other one, but I have to pick the other one anyway. Okay. So why not make it a kinetic novel? I mean, if you're going to make me choose both or thrice sentences, why not just make it a kinetic visual novel? Okay. I slowly step towards the big arched windows. The glass is smudged and smoky, like even light struggles to pass through it. Outside, the sky churns. A molten crimson ocean, restless and dangerous. and yet hauntingly beautiful in its own bizarre way. My gaze drifts. There is no sign of life, no vegetation. Just a scorched landscape. The ground is paved with what looks like sleek and sharp obsidian. Where the hell am I? I shake my head and let out a low and sad chuckle, meant only for myself. Hell, that's where I am. The word comes to me bitter, tasting like ash, like that burned landscape in front of me. How did I even ended up in here? Sure, I'm not perfect. I wasn't perfect. But this, ending up in hell, it feels like a punishment I never saw coming. My expression darkens as I pull away from the window. Shit. I scoff loudly. They have a lot of this word in here. Yeah, I already read it 5 times maybe. Yeah. I've had enough of this room. Enough of the waiting. The air feels like burning, too still and unsettling, as if the walls themselves are watching me. I can't sit here any longer waiting for Azara to return. What if she doesn't even come back? What if she's gone, vanished? What if she abandoned me? I don't think she would abandon you in her own room, you know, like, doesn't seem feeble, right? Or worse, what if she got caught and is being judged too? My legs feel stiff and heavy, reluctant to any movement. Girl, slow down. It hasn't passed days. If days had passed, it was okay for you to think like that. It probably just passed some hours or something. It's fine. Just wait a bit longer. But I walk towards the door. Each step feels louder than it should. Carefully, I turn the handle and peek out. Nothing. The corridor stretches out in both directions, dimly lit and quiet, like it's holding its breath. My heart pounds fast and loud, like it wants to escape my chest. I slip through the doorway and quietly close the door behind me. She's like, do not move, do not, and she just keeps going. Hopefully this dress will help me blend in. Hopefully no one will look too closely. I start walking one step after the other into the silence, into whatever comes next. I don't know. Too much open space. It's like an open space too. So, and where are we? Oh, there's like another place in here. And another one, up and down. Oh, and another one. Okay. I do not know. I do not know if we should go on the outside. Kind of concerned about it. Oh, okay. I can only go to the places that have like a color. So I really need to go on the outside. I only have like these 3 ones. Locations. Azara's room. Azara's room is tucked deep within the palace halls, a place of strange contrast. An iron chandelier hangs above, its candle flames cradle in twisted nests of snakes. Through tall windows, the crimson sky bleeds into the room, casting smoldering shadows across the wall and floor. A desk of polished ebony is cluttered with earthly souvenirs, traces of another world. They hint at a fascination with a world far from her own. I walk the corridors of this strange palace with quiet steps, trying to be invisible, as if silence could somehow protect me. Everything here seems wrong. My heartbeat thrumps loud in my chest, in my throat, and in my ears. If someone sees me, really sees me, what then? Would they kill me? Well, I'm dead already, I guess. I shake my head, trying to shut out that thought from my mind. Shit. I mutter under my breath as I turn a corner, and then I see it. A massive door, iron bound, 2 guards standing before it. Hands on the hilts of their swords, eyes forward, faces unreadable. They almost look like statues until one moves. His head turns, his eyes locked with mine. My breath catches. Okay, this is it. This is the end. What are you doing here, miss? I would not actually approach. I would just talk to him. I don't know if I would want to approach because he might notice that we are not a demon up close. But I don't want to be too much suspicious by just turning around. Okay, approach. I swallow hard, so hard I feel like I'm going to choke on my own saliva. Here goes nothing. Or everything. I take a deep breath, forcing my feet to move forward despite the knot tightening in my stomach. The air feels charged, like I'm walking into a trap. One of the guards shifts slightly and steps forward. A slow, deliberate move meant to intimidate. He smirks confidently, almost amused. Hey. He strolls closer lazily. His gaze lands on me, pinning me into place. Haven't seen you around here before. His tone is low, confident, too confident. Like a cat spotting a bird with a broken wing. Yeah, first day. Still figuring out the layout. I force my tone to sound casual and unbothered. Is that so? He smiles slyly, not shyly. Those are two different things. He smiles slyly, but there is a hint of something dangerous behind it. I could give you the grand tour, you know. Show you the finest sights of the palace. Like my room. His smirk is pure ego. I say ego, right? You say ego. Sorry, ego. Yeah, like I keep opening the vowels because we do that in here. So it's like I keep opening. His stare lingers on me like I've just become the most interesting thing in the room. I'm going to flirt because I'm stupid. Tempting. But at the same time, it might give us a more, how to put it, like we are okay, we are not nervous about the situation. Do you understand? Like sometimes it's a way for you to be a bit more charismatic instead of just showing that you are nervous with the situation. I lift a bra, feigning curiosity as if I'm actually considering it. You look like trouble wrapped in pretty, you know? He steps closer with lazy confidence. Then he sweeps his arm out, pinning me against the stone wall. A teasing smile curls his lips. His other hand lingers on his sword hilt, ready but relaxed. I swallow hard, trying to keep my cool, though I feel a drop of sweat trickle down my spine. I have to keep up appearances. I smile, pretending I'm unafraid, but my eyes flicker instinctively to the sword at his side. Besides, I don't scare easily. His grin widens. Good, I love a good challenge. He leans in just enough to make it hard to breathe, his voice dips low. So what should I call you, Trouble? His eyes scan my face like he's savoring the game. Trouble works. I force a smile, shrugging. His eyes sparkle with amusement. You're enjoying this, ain't ya? I met his gaze, matching his grin with a smirk of my own. Maybe a little. He chuckles softly, clearly entertained. Well, Trouble, I gotta say, you are full of surprises. He taps the hilt of his sword playfully. Oh my god, he's always like putting his hand on a freaking sword. Me like trying to get away, and you know, by being this playful type of person, but he's not being swayed about it. His eyes drag over me like he's memorizing a path he fully intends to walk. Zane! A voice erupts behind us. The pink-haired guard scoffs, rolling his eyes. I'm going to eventually, like, this one has a lot of the scoff thing, but eventually, like, playing another game, I'm going to forget and I'm going to be like saying it in the wrong way again. He releases me and steps back, straightening his posture. Duty calls. He winks before slipping back to his guard post. See you around, Trouble. A flush of relief rushes through me, my heart is pounding loud in my ears. I watch as he turns and strides back to his post, his smug grin still tugging at the corner of his mouth. I have to get out of here. Soon. I think we got 2 of them. Yeah, we did. So, corridors. Long corridors stretch through the palace like a labyrinth of shadows. Tall, arched windows pour in the deep red light of the sky outside, painting everything in a soft, eerie glow. Statues of strange, unsettling shapes line the walls, their stone eyes always watching. Some parts of the palace are more heavily guarded, with soldiers stationed at quiet intersections. So this guy is Zane. He has a good height for me, because that height is usually like okay. When it's more, I kind of start feeling, because I'm like 5 feet, I kind of start feeling like it's too much for me, like really tall. Zane is a guard I met in the palace halls. Quick with a grin and quicker with a comeback. I didn't give him my real name and told him to call me Trouble instead. He liked that. Maybe I did too. I kinda did. You know, I told you about I like the teasers. I kinda like, yeah. But I think it's because I'm a teaser myself. Like, I am kinda like this. I kinda like tease too. And sometimes I actually do it too, in the same way, to kinda like get out of situations. So let's just go to the other one. I go down a set of stairs and step into the courtyard. I recognize it. This is where I fell not long ago. This is where I fell not long ago. I can't even remember exactly when. Time feels distorted, wrong. The air hangs still. The trees look scorched. Their bark is cracked and brittle, yet they glow faintly from within. Pale blue lights flicker from tall, twisted lampposts. At the far end, a small iron gate stands between me and an endless sea of red. Let's check the trees, because they were saying that they had like this glow light in them, right? My eyes land on the trees. They are strange, dry, skeletal things with no leaves and no sign of life, except they glow. A soft golden light pulses just beneath the charred bark, live embers refusing to die out. The roots don't sink into the earth, instead they crack through the stone, twisting unnaturally. I crouch down and I hover my fingers close to the bark. It's warm, but not enough to burn. I stay there for a moment, fingers above the roots. They hum, soft, steady, ancient. The glow makes it look less dead, or maybe that's just what hell does. It makes you look twice. Doubt what you see. Forget what life feels like. I let my hand fall away and I step back slowly. I don't want to go into the gate already. Let's look at the lights. I step closer to the strange, knotty lamp post. It hums with a faint azure glow, a relief for my eyes after all that relentless red surrounding me. The closer I get to it, the cooler the air feels, like the light itself is breathing fresh air. Curious, I reach out and let my fingertips brush against it. It's cool to the touch. I press my palm to it fully, it pulses as if alive. Why does everything here feels both so dead and so impossibly alive? I don't even get a full second to enjoy that breath of fresh calm, that something jerks inside the light. Huh? I lean forward, narrowing my eyes. Shapes flicker inside the glass, darting in frantic and chaotic spirals. Are those fish? I tap the glass gently, but when I look closer, when I really look, the forms begin to take shape. Translucent, ghostly figures with faint, flickering outlines. They move like desperate swimmers caught in an endless current, twisting and turning with no rest. Their faces are blurred, their expressions empty and lost, but the pain and struggle in their movements are unmistakable. Not fish. Souls. I almost shout as I stumble back, nearly falling. But I catch the wall just in time. I scan the garden. Lampposts like this one are scattered everywhere. Does every single one of them hold souls inside? Are the souls themselves the source of the light? Is this one of hell's forms of punishment? My stomach my stomach twists, sickening. I press a hand to my forehead and try to push the thought from my mind. Approach the gate. I walk towards a small iron gate that gives into the unknown. My hand pauses on the iron, which is hot. Too hot. It almost burns. No, it does burn. Fucking hell. I cuss under my breath and instinctively bring my hands to my mouth, wincing. I glance around quickly, making sure no one heard me. I grip the edge of my dress, Zara's dress, and wipe my burned fingers. Brilliant idea, Cassandra, to just touch the devil's gate. Very smart. I mutter, annoyed at myself, my pulse is still hammering. I let out a deep sigh and I lean forward, careful not to brush the gate again. My eyes wander farther and farther beyond the bars, looking for something, anything, in that scorched landscape. Far off, a towering structure rises, black as the void itself. Its sharp spires cast long, crooked shadows. No path seems to lead to it. No cover. Definitely not an escape option. I take one last look, then step away from the gate. Yeah, it really feels like you are selecting things, but at the same time, it's like you are always ending up by saying everything and going everywhere, you know? My gaze sweeps the courtyard. No sign of Azara. Just me and a bunch of dead things pretending to be alive. Let me just check, because I think the music is really loud again. Kind of weird. I let out a slow breath and start walking again. One foot in front of the other, leaving the courtyard behind. Not because I know where I'm going, but because the moment I stop, the fear catches up. And I can't afford that luxury. So the courtyard. The courtyard sits within the palace grounds, the place where everything began, where I first opened my eyes after the fall and met Azara and Calum. A strange space where life and death seems to blur. Skeletal scorched trees glow faintly, their roots breaking through stone instead of soil. Pale blue lamps hum softly, each holding drifting souls circling in an endless cycle. At its farthest edge, an iron gate stands open to a red sea of dust and crooked shadows. It feels like the end of the road. So, I do suppose we only have like this place, right? Yeah. Very colorful. I step carefully into what looks like a strange garden. The place is dimly lit by a series of oddly shaped lamp posts scattered throughout. Their twisted and unnatural forms cast a faint purple glow that makes the dark floor shine. The sharp green stone on the building clashes with the crimson sky in the way that shouldn't work, but it does. I look up at the palace, turning in place, suddenly unsure. What is this place? The building looks the same, but different in some way. The architecture is familiar, same sharp arches, some towering spires. But something is off. It feels like a dream copying reality, but the colors are too vivid and the details don't add up. This place has a different energy, quieter, almost gentle. Somehow not coherent with the rest of the palace. My eyes search the twisted shapes, hoping to find any sign of Azara. Azara? Are you here? I whisper her name cautiously, but there is no reply. Around the edges of this strange garden, dark flowers bloom in clusters. At first glance, they look brittle and dry, and as if they've been consumed by the heat. But when I look closer, a faint glow pulses from their petals. A soft light that seems almost alive. My eyes are then drawn upwards to a floating staircase hovering at the garden's far edge. It spirals upward into the unknown as if defying gravity. In the center of the garden, a fountain stands out. It's carved in pale stone contrasting with the dark ground. Are we going to examine? Since we are talking about the fountain, why not? I step closer to the fountain, drawn by the shimmering water that seems more like liquid night trapped in stone than anything natural. It reminds me of the night back on Earth when I would be staring up at the stars, far away from the city lights. It feels strange to find something so soothing down here, in a place built on flame and damnation. I lean over to touch the water. It's cool and refreshing against my skin, in contrast with the heavy heat of the air surrounding me. It's kind of like, can you imagine water in hell? Like clean, fresh water in hell? It's kind of odd to think about it. A subtle vibration travels through my hand, a quiet tremor that makes me shiver. I mean, you would probably think of like a really hot jacuzzi kind of thing. You would probably think of things like that, but not actually like fresh, clean water. At the center of the fountain stands a statue towering over it. Neither fully angel nor entirely devil, her face is unexpectedly calm, almost serene. For a fleeting moment, I lose myself in the depths of that watery sky, feeling both comforted and deeply alone. I actually wanted to go up here, but they didn't let us yet. Examine the flowers. I crouch beside the glowing flowers, reaching out to brush a petal between my fingers. Despite their dry and brittle appearance, they are soft, beating gently with a rhythm that resembles a heartbeat. The faint glimmer they emit is hypnotic, a slow and steady flow that seems to want to pull me in. The smell of smoke mixed with something sweet that reminds me of burnt honey. Burnt honey. How do these flowers survive here in the heat and fire of hell? Even here in this place of punishment and flames, life insists on existing no matter how fragile. Their soft glow feels like a quiet act of rebellion, a reminder that even in darkness, something can endure and thrive. Approach the staircase. I turn back to the floating staircase. It spirals up, twisting and curving with no visible support. Yeah, with no visible support. Then how is it? Okay, an impossible structure that challenges everything I know about gravity. The steps vanish into the unknown. They seem to lead nowhere. No platform, no door. Well, there was a place up here, right? If we saw like the map before, I think there was like a place up here. Just an endless crimson sky. Part of me wants to climb onto the first step and see where it leads. But a sense of fear twists my stomach like a warning. Still, I can't look away. I almost feel challenged. I shake my head and frown slightly. Nope, I already died once today. The words fall from my lips with a bitter sarcasm, and a hint of sadness hits me like a stab in the heart. I am not sure if she died today. I'm having like this sensation that maybe she was like in another place and she just took a leap. So I'm not 100% sure that we are talking about like her dying today. The ghostly purple light from the lampposts flickers softly, casting strange shadows across the garden. This place is beautiful and terrifying all at once. A secret corner of hell where a nightmare seems to meet a dream. For now, I turn away from this mysterious garden and head back towards the dim corridors. I look around, still trying to digest the bizarre place I found myself in. So it's like the last one, right? The secret garden. The garden is somewhat hidden within the palace grounds. The clash of deep green stone and vivid crimson sky makes the whole place feel slightly out of sync, like something copied but never quite right. Dry flowers cluster at the edges, glowing softly, pulsing with quiet life. A floating spiral staircase coils upward, disappearing into the endless red sky. A pale fountain cradles water as dark as the night. Oh, so the water was supposed to be dark? Shimmering with tiny sparkles that call to mind the clear, starry skies of Earth. I have been wandering for what feels like hours. I'm starting to feel the frustration sinking deep, heavy in my bones. Suddenly, fingers wrap around my wrist and yank me back hard. A warm and soft hand clamps over my mouth before I can even gasp. What in hell do you think you're doing? I do not know. You told her to stay quiet in her room and she just decided to go out. It wasn't me, it was her. I would have stayed, at least I would have stayed, like I would have waited for longer. Imagine, like you don't hear for a person for like 2 days, then you start like, oh my god, something happened, you know, like but she was just like in there for hours and she was already, oh, I need to get out of here and see where she is. A familiar voice, low and sharp, hisses in my ear. I turn my head and I see Azara glaring at me, half furious, half worried. Are you crazy or what? I knew mortals weren't the brightest stars in the sky, but you, darling, just shattered my already low expectations. She finally removes her hand from my mouth and I let out a shaky breath. My heart is pounding so hard it hurts. For a moment I thought that this was the end. I was just... Honey, I don't care what you were. Just what you were, just. If they find you, I don't even want to think about what they'll do to you. Or worse, me. I frown at her words. They hurt more than I'll like to admit. Azara scoffs, again scoffs. Like, how many times have I read this word already? And scans our surroundings. It's only when she looks back at me that I realize how deeply I'm frowning. Hurt by her words, and maybe even more by her disappearance on me. Oh, don't give me that look. She rolls her eyes and with that usual grace flicks her hair back. I can only apologize because it was stupid. Why did we went out? Listen, I'm sorry, okay? You weren't coming back and I was freaking out. I couldn't just sit there not knowing if you were coming back or... Azara interrupts with a dramatic sigh. She flashes me a grin like I've amused her again. You're too cute for your own good. I hope you enjoyed the dress-up game at least. You look delicious. She smirks, revealing that perfect, unnervingly sharp smile. Somehow the fangs only add to her charm. She doesn't let go of my wrist. Instead, her fingers slide down, finding mine, lacing them together with purpose. Her skin is soft like the petals of those strange flowers in the garden. Warm and comforting. By the way, I found your little pigeon friend. My little pigeon friend? She lowers her voice to an intimate whisper. Follow me, but be quiet. I'll hate for someone to take away my new toy before I'm done playing with it. What does that mean, girl? What? She says with a mocking tone that carries a shade of danger. And I hate how her words make something twist in my stomach. I feel annoyed and somehow flattered. Oh, I'm going to tell you something that it just came into my mind. Like, it's, yeah. So, remember that when I came back to the YouTube channel, I decided to bring you some Japanese games that I was like translating in a very raw way until I decided, no, it's better not, because the thing with the Japanese is that sometimes, because they omit so much the pronouns, sometimes you need to kind of like read the next line to be able to understand of whom they are talking about. Okay, so like I was trying to bring you the games, the Otome games, the Japanese ones that you don't have in here, and I was like, I started feel. I did like 25 hours of it, but then I decided I'm going to take this out because it was okay for me to read. It was just like I was feeling like it's different when I'm doing it for myself, because I know that sometimes I need to go to the next phrase to understand what's going on, and but doing it like in a direct way, raw and all, sometimes it came out kind of like awkward. And I was like, this is awkward for the person that is like, seeing it. So that's why I decided for the people that has been with me since the beginning and suddenly they saw themselves without the rest of the game, I'm really sorry. But I started feeling like, that I couldn't do that because it felt like kind of awkward sometimes. There were like some lines that felt awkward because I was trying to I needed a bit more to understand of whom we were talking about, what was going on in there for me to give you like a good translation of it. But this to say that like Azara was kind of like talking like that, and I remembered. So one of the Queen Rose Otome games, it's like a Gothic Mermaid or something, which is like a horrible one. Do not play that one. No, I mean you can play it, but I would say like there's a lot of Queen Rose titles that I'm kind of like okay, and the Alice ones, which are the most known, they're okay for me. But this one, the Gothic Mermaid, it's actually, in terms of story, it's not a good one. Honestly, it's not a good one. And I was like, Azara was talking to me like this, and suddenly I remembered, like on that one, you have, Queen Rose. Queen Rose you always have like a sister. It's like that. You always have a sister. I don't know why, but they always used to put like a sister with you, And it's always cool that you have like a girl with you, and I'm in favor of that. The thing with them was like they always put like a sister, and there was always this feeling of a cis con there. Do you understand? And in that one, the Gothic Mermaid one, our sister, oh my god, she's the definition of a yandere towards us. Okay, so insane. But she was the real insane sister of us, that type of girl that she just wanted to kind of like put us inside of a cage and at the same time harm everyone that came in contact with us. Do you understand? It was like, oh, crazy. And now I was just looking at this with Azara, And suddenly, that character just suddenly appeared in my view. And I was like, oh my god, that one was something else. He was something else. Yeah. Okay, Azara is not our sister nor nothing. It's just that she was like being a bit more. She was talking in a bit more like a dangerous type of way. And I was like, I was just remembering that one. Oh my god. Yeah. I feel annoyed and somehow flattered. Before I can react or say something, she gently tugs my hand, pulling me with her. There is no room for argument in the way she moves, confident like she owns every inch of this palace. Maybe she does? We slip out into the hallway. The flickering lights make Azara's eyes glow in an hypnotic way. She doesn't look back. She doesn't have to. She just walks. I mean, maybe she has some kind of a status. At least when the other lady came to talk with her, it kind of felt like maybe Azara has some kind of status. Shh, be quiet, Azara says as she approaches a tall window carved into the dark stone. She lifts a hand and waves her fingers, inviting me closer. I step carefully to her side. It takes a moment for my eyes to adjust to the darkness of the room. The gap in the window is just wide enough to let voices bleed through, distorted but still distinct. I hold my breath and lean closer. Azara narrows her eyes, muttering a quiet curse under her breath. Shit, they already started. A voice from inside drips like oil, measured, smooth, and utterly in control. You angels always speak in absolutes. Honor, duty, sacrifice. Each word is delivered like a sentence. You broke the law written in flame and sealed in blood. Cooperate and you'll get something rare in this place. Mercy. Then I hear it. Caleb's voice, worn but unshaken. Mercy given by evil is just another chain. The figure inside doesn't raise their voice. They don't need to. Hell doesn't punish lies, Caleb. It reflects them. And I wonder, when the mirror turns, what is it that you fear seeing? What is it that you fear seeing? Okay. Silence stretches. I don't even realize I'm trembling until I see my fingers twitch. I fear nothing that reflects the truth. You fear nothing, you say? How quaint. Then you'll enjoy what comes next. Beside me, Azara's grip tightens around my hand. Her nails dig in so hard they nearly make me bleed. A sharp sound tears through the air, then a ragged cry. Broken. Agonizing. It cuts through the air like a blade. Not just pain, a sound that shouldn't exist in this or any world. My breath catches. It feels like the floor is falling out from beneath me. My eyes widen in horror. Through the narrow opening, I see him. Caleb collapsed, unmoving. Blood pools beneath him in slow, spreading waves. His wings, so perfect and sacred, lie severed beside him, stained in deep crimson. His blood seeps between the cracks in the stone, like the room itself is trying to drink him in. The faint flicker of torchlight casts shadows across his pale skin. He doesn't move. I press my hand against the window, wishing I could break through the barrier and be at his side. but I am nothing but a silent witness, powerless in the face of his suffering. My chest aches, tears sting at the corners of my eyes, burning hot. Before I can make a sound, Azara presses her hand over my mouth. Her eyes don't meet mine, her gaze stays fixed ahead. Her jaw is locked tight, the slight tremor in her hand betrays her calm. Her grip on my wrist hardens. We need to move, now. No time for questions. Azara firmly pulls me along. Her steps are quick and determined as we flee into the shadows. Okay, this is the demo. Under Heaven or Hell, thank you for playing. It's still in development and your support means a lot to us. If you like this demo, make sure to wishlist us on Steam to be notified of our launch. You can follow our progress on the full game on Twitter and Blue Sky. They call it X right now. It's kind of... I mean, we know why is it called like that right now. It's just that I'm so used to call it Twitter that it's like, yeah. What do I have to say? I am not the biggest fan of this codex thing. I am not. I also feel like, although the font was very readable, I wanted it to be a bit bigger for me. I needed that. And I would say that at the beginning, I was not very convinced about the game. I was just like, playing it and narrating and all. But after a while, I started feeling like it doesn't seem to be like that bad, So it kind of left me curious about at least a little bit more. What I feel that it's a little bit uncomfortable, I would say uncomfortable, is that I thought this was going to be open to all types of genres. And I kind of feel like you can play it as an Otome or as a Yuri type of game. But there was like no one in here yet that I felt like they were a day. I didn't feel like we could be a day. Do you understand? So it's like, yeah, it serves the LGBT community, but I want to leave it open for you that I feel that it's more related to an Otome audience or Yuri audience. I would say more like that, okay? And I kind of just want to shout out that. And I mean, that's it. It was cool. And thank you very much for being in there. And I hope to bring you some more demos for us to play together the next day, okay? Thank you very much for being in there. Thank you.